Today's good question. A viewer asked, what are the rules for fireworks in Lexington after July 4th? Are you allowed to continue using them after the holiday? And is there a cutoff time for fireworks? Well, according to the city of Lexington, the number one thing to remember about the local fireworks law is if it goes up or blows up, it is illegal in Fayette County. A conviction could lead to a $250 fine for the first offense within a 12-month period. That means those fireworks that kept you up last night should not be used. And according to Lexington Police, there is a noise ordinance to consider. From 10 p.m. to 7 a.m., loud sounds like radios, shouting, crowd noise, and exploding fireworks are not allowed. If you need to complain about loud noises, police ask that you call the non-emergency number. That number is 859-258-3600. Now, dispatch does keep track of noise complaints, and if you're calling for a third or fourth time on a complaint, you are asked to let them know. As for a timeline, you're allowed to light any fireworks allowed by your local ordinances year-round, but in Lexington, those pop-up retailers only have until this Friday to sell the rest of their merchandise. If you have a good question, you can email goodquestion@wkyt.com, and I'll see you on WKYT Mornings.